I'm Lauren Green, and you're in the Strategy Room. Hillary Clinton again defended her controversial email practices while serving as Secretary of State. Take a listen to the White House hopeful at Thursday night's MSNBC Democratic debate.
Are you 100% confident that nothing is going to come of this FBI investigation?
I am 100% confident. This is a security review that was requested. It is being carried out. It will be resolved.
Those comments coming less than a week after the State Department confirmed that as it releases thousands of Clinton's emails, it is withholding 22 emails containing information too top secret to release. Joining me now to discuss are Stephen Sigmund, Senior Advisor at Global Strategy Group, and columnist for the Fiscal Times, Liz Peek. Welcome to you both.
Hi.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So, Stephen, how do you think Hillary Clinton handled that question?
I think she handled it the way she's always handled it, and handled it the right way. I mean, I've agreed with her for a long time that that nothing will come of it, and now there are a few people who should agree with her too, including former Secretary of State Colin Powell and Condoleezza Rice's top aides, who it turns out have exactly the same issue going on. And, you know, the Republicans who have spent a year saying that Hillary Clinton had committed a crime by doing this, now they ought to be saying that she's sharing a cell with the other former Secretary of State, because it isn't about the numbers of emails that you have. What the law they're referring to says is knowingly taking secure confidential documents and moving them in an unsecured way.
And Liz, how do you think she handled that?
Well, I think, as is so often the case in this kind of issue, the biggest problem for Hillary is that she has obfuscated the truth and been very reluctant to come forward and sort of say, here's exactly what happened. All of her earlier denials now look very poor because, yes, there was confidential and top secret information on her server. It may have happened under previous administrations, but what we know is this administration has been really zealous about prosecuting infractions of this sort, of the way you mishandle secret information, David Petraeus being probably the most notable, but there are many others who have been seriously sanctioned or even gone to jail for activities very similar to what Hillary Clinton did.
But do you see this affecting her, the scandal affecting her campaign?
I totally do. I totally do. I mean, look, her unfavorables are very high, mostly when, like the exit interviews in Iowa, when people were interviewed about why they didn't vote for Hillary, what her thoughts were, lack of honesty, untrustworthiness, lack of authenticity, all those things are constantly talked about with Hillary Clinton. And if you look at the last 2 months polling by Quinnipiac, and Stephen has reasonable doubts about Quinnipiac polling, but under their watch, her lead over Bernie Sanders has shrunk from 31 points in December to 2 points now nationally. That is a drastic
But, Stephen,
collapse.
is that due to the scandals, or is it due to just the favorability of Bernie Sanders?
Look, I think it's a few things. One, that's one poll. The PVP poll yesterday, taken in the same period of time, had her up by 22 points nationally. But look, it's a two-person race, at least for now, among the Democrats. Bernie Sanders has, as Liz said, has an authenticity advantage over Hillary Clinton. He does come across as very authentic. What concerns me about the Democratic race right now, and to be fair, you know, I've said this about the Republicans for a long time, that presidential races are run from the center, and the Republicans have already lined themselves up too far to the right. I'm concerned that the Democrats will get pulled too far to the left coming out of this two-person.
But Bernie Sanders hasn't hit Hillary Clinton really about the emails. He's kind of left that alone. Could have let the media kind of deal with that. But he's really, but he's really been hitting her on her connection with Wall Street, with big money, the Goldman Sachs interviews, you know, all the money she charges for interviews. Is that a good strategy for him?
Yeah, because he hasn't been able to make much money off of it. You know, he's had less than $2,000 off of his speaking fees. Look, he's a very authentic guy, and at this level of politics, you don't usually see that. You can see why that's attractive. The speaking fees. Look, at every politician's taking speaking fees. Marco Rubio does. Donald Trump does. Ben Carson does.
6 figures. It's hard to get to
well,
6 figures.
she happens to be able to get 6 figures.
Yeah.
And the notion of Republicans attacking somebody for making money is a little ludicrous. But I get that Republicans are going to try to move from one attack to the other with her. Now that the email, you know, the email problem, they have their own problem, and you've so far heard crickets from Republicans about former Secretary of State
But I don't
Powell.
think it's just the speaking fees, Stephen. It's also about the money that she has drawn into her super PAC, which I now think is like $14.7 million from Wall Street. I mean, look, Bernie Sanders has a great story, which is he is funded by small donors across the country. Nobody else can make that claim. Ben Carson comes closest on the Republican side, but that's a very appealing thing. And it's been Democrats who have tutored the country in how damaging it is to be taking money from corporations, whether it's Wall Street or anybody else. They're all about, you know, getting big money out of politics. Hillary Clinton cannot talk about getting big money out of politics, although she does, because she's the best recipient of it.
All right. I want to thank you so much, Liz Peek and Stephen Sigmund, for being here. And you can check out foxnews.com for more on the 2016 presidential race. I'm Lauren Green, and thanks for watching.